Welcome back to Every Hero, Every Aspect. Today we are continuing our run through Pool, again chosen because it's a pretty closed design space, won't be expanding anytime soon, so these decks aren't going to be outdated in a few weeks, besides maybe newer basic cards. But continuing our other starter hero, we've got Captain Marvel here for Captain Marvel Pool, and she has some key things that make her different from other pool options. So uh, primarily here being mulligan. So card draw, of course, always goes great with resource-heavy heroes. If I have a lot of resources, I need cards to spend them on. If I have all resources and no options, then I'm going to have a dead turn. So I want to have as many options as possible so I can spend these resources super efficiently and get the right answers to the problem the scenario is giving to me. Well, Captain Marvel both has lots of resources and lots of card draw, so she is a super strong hero, even at this stage in the game. She's held up really well, and Mulligan, I think, is going to be a big part of her in pool. Uh, we have, for example, Energy Channel, which is her big damage event, or sorry, her big damage upgrade. You spend 5 energy resources, and then when you pop it from the table, it deals 2 damage per counter on it. So when you're adding counters to it, that does not count as playing a card towards Mulligan's stipulation that you can only play it if you haven't played any other cards this round. So this is going to be one of the bigger combos in her deck here. We get a bunch of resources, we spend all of the resources into Blackout, Energy Channel, Tic-Tac-Toe, and then we play Mulligan and get a fresh hand of 5, or for an Alter Ego, 6 cards. And because of her access to Confuse, through her signature ally Spider-Woman, through Blackout, through Professor X, another 3-cost card that plays well with Energy Absorption, her triple energy resource, because of this Confuse access, if she has Mulligan, she can flip down, and essentially that Mulligan turns into a split personality from She-Hulk, just without the form flip. So you're drawing an extra card than you had at the start of the turn. If I start in hero form, I have 5 cards. Let's say I spend one of them into Energy Channel, and then I flip to Alter Ego, and I spend the other 4 to play Mulligan. Well, now I'm going to have 6 cards in hand. So it's like I start a brand new turn with 6 cards, and I get that extra spend. Now, most of the time we're going to have more cards to spend. We could use rock, paper, scissors before we flip down. Great with Spider-Woman, who's a wild. To draw that extra card, to have another card to burn before we flip and draw all new cards. And that big draw lets us draw into our Confuse, into our Not My Responsibility, those things that help us stay safe in Alter Ego. I'm kind of running long in this intro section, so I'm going to close this out before I get too in-depth, and we're going to go over to the deck build. Alright, welcome back everybody. We are back here, Every Hero, Every Aspect with Captain Marvel Pool. We're going to quickly run through her deck and then run through all the pool and the basic cards and how we came to these decisions. So one of the things we touched on is how many resources she has. So we have these 3 triple resources, self-preservation, self-control, self-confidence, and she has 2 more triple resources in energy absorption. So she has 5 triple resources in the deck. And if you go and you look at the deck building chart on Marvel CDB, you can see we have a ton of triple cost cards. I think there's something like 14 3-cost cards or something crazy like that, and then a bunch more 4-cost cards on top of it. So we have a lot of different ways we can spend these triple resources, and then of course self-preservation is essentially a 3rd energy absorption, which helps fill up energy channel even more. So just like we saw in Spider-Man Pool using self-control for Moon Girl, we now have self-preservation for energy channel. Very strong card. Some of the more unique things about what Captain Marvel Pool is doing differently here is we get access to War. War reads, exhaust War, discard the top card of the encounter deck, take 1 damage for each icon, boost star, or boost icon in the boost area of that card, discard the top card of your deck, deal damage to an enemy equal to that card's cost. Well, like I just said, we're running all these expensive cards, so we're going to be able to get a lot of free big damage out of War. We discard Nick Fury, discard Mockingbird, that's 3, 4 free damage. Now with War, we actually are going to benefit from the damage we take as well. Captain Marvel's hero ability is Rechannel. Spend an energy resource, heal a damage from Captain Marvel, draw a card. If we don't have a damage to heal, we cannot fulfill the cost before the cost arrow of healing 1 damage. So a lot of times in these pool decks, we're going to be sitting on max health, so we can use these self resources. But that means we won't be getting the card draw off of Captain Marvel. Well, War gives us an ability to damage ourselves so that we can then trigger Rechannel and draw a card. And in the meantime, we're also getting some free damage onto the villain or any enemy. You can target a minion as well, and I think we do that in some of the gameplay that I'll show, but War is very good spot control. Now, I've gone through every scenario in Marvel Champions, and I can share a list at some point, but there are very few cards that do not have any boost icons or boost stars in Marvel Champions. In fact, there are a majority of scenarios that don't have any. Like you can have, there are a bunch of scenarios where there's no blanks whatsoever except for the standard cards, Advance and Assault. So almost all the time you're guaranteed to take 1 damage off War. So if you're including War in a deck, you should always bank on taking a single damage at minimum, because a majority of the time you're going to be taking 1 damage. And the average boost count for all cards in an encounter deck is going to trend towards like 1, 1.5. I used to keep a Google sheet that was tracking every scenario with the recommended setup and like the average boost count you could expect, and it's around that area, at least through like the first 4 or 5 waves of the game, and then I stopped tracking. There's some scenarios nowadays, like Juggernaut I think has a very high average, has a lot of triple boosts, that kind of thing, but for a lot of scenarios the average is going to be 1, so we're going to be guaranteed that exactly 1 damage we want to hit Rechannel while still staying in range for the self resources. Okay, that was a, a long sidetrack there. So in addition to that, we talked a lot about Mulligan in the intro. Discard your hand, draw a new hand, but you cannot play this card if you've played another card this phase. Well, going into Energy Channel, action, spend X energy resources, put X energy counters here. That doesn't count as playing a card. So we can spend into Energy Channel, we can spend into Tic-Tac-Toe, and we can spend into Blackout, and then play Mulligan, draw a fresh hand of 5. And one of the best things about Mulligan in Captain Marvel is, let's say you draw a 5-card hand that does not have any double or triple resources in it. Well, because she has 2 triple resources, this energy absorption card, in her hero kit, that fresh hand you're drawing has a very high chance of increasing the number of resources that you have in hand. If I have a 5-card hand and I spend a card into Energy Channel and then mulligan that hand into 5 fresh cards, well, if one of those cards is Energy Absorption, I just went from having a 5 resource hand to a 6 resource hand, 7 resource hand, which is, again, a huge improvement, especially with all these triple cost cards. Now all of a sudden you can play Photonic Blast, get 5 damage, draw a card, or you can play Cut Upper, 5 damage, stun an enemy. So we can really cycle through our deck and get these like resource heavy hands, which is exactly what we want for Energy Channel and things like that. The other big change here is Agent 13. When she attacks or thwarts, chooses shield support, ready that support. Well, Captain Marvel has maybe the single best target for her ability in the game in Alpha Flight Station, where you exhaust it, you discard a card, and then you draw 1 card, or if you're an alter ego, draw 2 cards. So again, if you're discarding a single resource, you have a really high chance of getting a triple or double resource in pool, or just in Captain Marvel in general. So even if you're not an alter ego, if you discard a card, you draw a card, you could be going resource plus on this ability if you draw into a double or a triple. If you're an alter ego, you're guaranteed a plus because you're drawing 2 cards. Maybe one of those cards is energy absorption, maybe both of them are like energy absorption and self-control or self-preservation. And Agent 13 lets us do that twice. Now we also have Get Ragey here, which is amazing for Agent 13 because you can ready her for a third use of Alpha Flight Station. So we have so much hand filtering in this deck between Mulligan and Alpha Flight Station. There's almost never going to be a situation where we can't get the exact card that we need. And then lastly, we have Tic-Tac-Toe here, which can heal Agent 13 and keep her around for a really long time, so that we always have access to these kind of plays. I'm including Helicarrier here, even though we are resource heavy, just because in any Agent 13 deck, it's nice to have a secondary target. So in case like Alpha Flight Station's to the bottom of our deck, or we weren't able to get it out early, maybe we get Helicarrier out and we can still double up with Agent 13. And again, we can reduce a card's cost by 3 using Get Ragey. So let's say we Helicarrier and then we Agent 13 and then we Helicarrier again. We could target, let's say, someone in multiplayer and Get Ragey and reduce the next card that they play by 3 because they haven't played a card yet. So we can go 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 and reduce that card by 3. Sorry for the pauses. I am just a little bit sick right now. But anyways, so we have this great way to reduce a single card's cost by 3. So we're playing a Hulk player, we Agent 13 and Get Ragey Helicarrier on that player, they reduce a card cost by 3. Doesn't help us a ton in solo, but we can still reduce a card cost by 2 in solo. So something that we need to be aware of. Let's see, anything else before we go into... Oh, right. Okay, so we got rock, paper, scissors here. Of course, there is like something to be aware of having too many wilds versus too few wilds, which is something we might talk about when we get to Domino or one of these other heroes with lots of wilds in their deck. If you show a wild for this card, you're almost guaranteed to draw because you can hit energy, mental, or physical. But if you show wild and you hit wild, you break. Basically, anytime you discard a wild off the top of your deck for rock, paper, scissors, you're not going to be able to draw that card. So something we're going to see a lot in these pool decks is that I think 2 to 3 wild resource cards in addition to rock, paper, scissors is like the sweet spot for this type of card inclusion. So we've got Spider-Woman here and we've got Deadpool. So very little likelihood that if I show Deadpool, I'm going to discard Spider-Woman. We don't want that to happen, it would brick. But let's say Deadpool hits the discard, or we had to pitch him into a blackout or something like that, we still have another card in our deck that will trigger rock, paper, scissors. Let's say we have no wilds in our hand. Well, we can mulligan our hand into one of these wilds and then trigger rock, paper, scissors after a mulligan or after an Alpha Flight Station, that kind of thing. So that we can like guarantee that we'll draw off of rock, paper, scissors. An Alpha Flight Station primarily being useful in Alter Ego and rock, paper, scissors being a hero action means you will have to be aware of the sequencing there, but I do like these two wild cards. In a lot of these games, you're going to see I might even hold a wild into the next turn. Maybe I have a card left over, and I don't necessarily want to pitch it to blackout, or there's no threat, or there's nothing to heal for tic-tac-toe. I'll hold that card, and I'm going to guarantee myself a 6-card hero hand for the next round based off of rock, paper, scissors, especially if we've already seen one of the other wilds. If we've seen Deadpool hit the discard, we reveal Spider-Woman for 1 round, draw that card, hold her into the next round, draw another card. Not a bad idea to hold. Okay, let's quickly go through all of the pool cards. So the defense events I don't think is too good. We're not really doing a lot with the icons. Get in front of me, we're not running like we were in Spider-Man because we don't get a benefit when something attacks us. And we have War to trigger that will have damage on us for rechannel. We don't need Get in front of me. Break time, we have enough. We have plenty of ways to stay at max health. Mulligan, Cut Upper, Not My Responsibility, Get Ragey. We love all these cards. They're all in. Pool Inspection. If you have 5 threat on the main scheme in a lot of these scenarios in solo, something's gone wrong. Or, that situation is just not happening very often. So for me, this is more of a multiplayer card choice. However, the bomb we are including here. Captain Marvel is probably one of the few characters who can really afford this card easily because she has some triple resources and kit. So you get a hand with a couple of triples, you play a bomb, you get 10 damage, you pop an energy channel, you get another 10 damage. It just really helps speed up the end of the game. Allies, again, pool does not necessarily have a lot of synergistic allies with currently released heroes, like what we're trying to do or what we're wanting to do. Like Kid Pool gets piercing. Is that something that we really need? Well, not necessarily. It's not something we have a huge weakness to, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure if including him and getting the acceleration token, or sorry, the acceleration icon, gotta keep that clear, is something that's like super synergistic for the type of deck we're trying to build. We're going to use some of these allies in the future, just not for this deck. Upgrades, we've got Blackout, Tic-Tac-Toe, Rock, Paper, Scissors, and War. We've talked about all of these. Stick-to-itiveness is just a generic good resource pitch, especially if we're in a mulligan deck. It's another thing that doesn't turn off mulligan. Laser Swords, we don't have the readies or the icons for healing factor. This is primarily good in longer, difficult games where you're going to get more value out of it. In the short term, Tic-Tac-Toe is much faster, much easier to play and then heal yourself back up. Plus we have Rechannel. We are including it here just to try to stay towards our max, or maybe we can heal and then trigger War and then Rechannel or something like that. But dropping 4 resources on a card that's not going to do something until next round, unless we're taking a lot of damage, is not going to help us too much, especially in a 4 recovery hero. I would definitely say this is like a flex spot until we can get a better card in here. The rest of these cards are just not doing too much. We don't really need Bazooka because we've got some big nukes already. Okay, supports, we're not running either of these. Obviously, we're not running any of the Deadpool core allies. Plot convenience is all right, but it's just a little bit slow. It costs us 4 resources the turn we play it. It costs us 2 to play it, the card itself, and then the card we want to tuck under it. So that's 4 resources, and we don't get anything that turn. It can be helpful for some like mulligan stuff, but majority of the time, the things that we would want to tuck under it would be our hero cards or our basic cards, and it doesn't tuck either of those, only tucks aspect cards. So plot convenience is out for the specific deck. Resources, they're in. We talked about it already. They're great. Side schemes, again, live dangerously. We don't have the combination with laser swords here because we just don't have enough readies. The icons can kind of hurt Captain Marvel, and she has enough draw that we don't really need to risk it. Okay, let's go through the basic stuff. All right, basic events. There isn't a lot here that is relevant to us. First aid just gets beat out by Tic-Tac-Toe so often here. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, we are an Avenger. We're not really running any other Avengers besides like Spider-Woman. Assess the situation. We have like much easier card draw, and it does not combo with Mulligan. You can't play Assess the Situation to increase your hand size and then play Mulligan because you've then played Assess the Situation. So unfortunately that combo doesn't work. Yeah, so events, not a lot to talk about here. If we go into the allies, Captain Marvel gets her choice of allies pretty much, but because of how fast she cycles her deck, she does not need to have these like 10, 12 plus ally decks. Most of the times, the allies I'm wanting to see often are going to be Deadpool and Spider-Woman to turn on Rock, Paper, Scissors, or like Spider-Woman, Professor X, Mockingbird for status. Nick Fury, of course, card draw complements our resource hands, and yeah, I don't think we really need to go through all of the options here. Maybe we just make a note of like Hope Summers. Energy Channel is a superpower card, so we could grab that Photonic Blast, this kind of thing. So if we really needed to get Energy Channel out, we could Hope Summers, but again, we're going to be turbo drawing our deck, so we don't really need Hope Summers to grab from just our deck. We're not running any put into play effects, so we can't play any of these traded allies. And then Vivian is an amazing ally. She is going to be included in a lot of decks, but we just have so many answers all the time because of the way we're going to be cycling our deck. Machine Man, great in a lot of mulligan decks, but we have Energy Channel, Tic-Tac-Toe, and Blackout all fighting for those resource sinks. So he's not as usable here, especially because we have a very flexible stat line. 2 thwart, 2 attack, plenty of allies. So yeah, here's the allies. Not much really to go over. We're not running Spider-Man like we were in Spider-Man because we just don't need that burst as much. We have so much burst in this deck already. Wouldn't fault you for including him. It's hard to get the 40 cards. You gotta make some cuts somewhere. Upgrades. So Symbiote Suit being a wild is relevant for rock, paper, scissors. Again, we don't have the readies available to really make make use of it, and the hit points doesn't really help us at all. So the basic upgrades here, there really isn't much. I'm trying to remember if we even have any in our deck. I don't think we do, yeah. We only have basic supports. So I think this is going to be another like common thing. Unless we're running like a traded upgrade that we really need, there aren't going to be a lot of basic upgrades. That focus helps for Photonic Blast, but if you have a triple resource, it doesn't really do much of anything that you need. Plan B, again, good for a mulligan deck, except you might accidentally discard that mulligan from your hand because it's a random card. So we just have better uses for our resources when we get to pick. Blackout gets us threat, closer to a confused. Tic-tac-toe gets us heal, closer to damage. And Energy Channel gets us our big burst win. Supports were mostly here just for Quinn Carrier, Helicarrier, Avengers Mansion. Again, a lot of these are trait locked. We don't need the healing from crew quarters. We don't need the cost reduction from team building exercise. We're not even running stuff that like really shares a trait with us. So it comes down to Helicarrier for Agent 13, Quinn Carrier because that wild helps us so much with the metagames, helps us with Energy Channel, helps us with Rechannel, and Avengers Mansion because we can afford it, and more card draw is always better. Resources, we're just running the bog standard EGS, Energy, Genius, Strength. We don't need, oh sorry, we're not even running Genius and Strength in this deck, I forgot. That's just like my automatic go-to. We're running all three, no we're not, because we already have 5 triple resources. We don't need Genius or Strength so much because they don't hit the right icon for Energy Channel, and self-control and self-confidence are just so much better. So that's something to remember about this deck. We're only running energy because it has the right resource for us for Rechannel, for Energy Channel, that kind of thing. Side schemes are pretty low burst boarding out the gate. I usually like the player side schemes if we have a big thwart event or we have like really fast upfront thwarting, like a 3 thwart stat or ability to get a 3 thwart stat. So we're not really running these. We can also, I mean, superpower training isn't really getting us a cost reduction or anything because playing the helmet doesn't matter too much, getting Cosmic Flight out doesn't matter too much, Energy Channel's 0 cost. Build support can help us get Alpha Flight Station earlier, but it's also so cheap we might as well just turbo draw into it. Specialized training, card draw is good, that flexibility is good, but it's also got the highest threat cost to get over. And we don't really need the extra stats because we have so much flexibility with our metagames, with our stats, with our allies, that this is going to be something we'll see in future pool decks, but not so much this one. And then team-ups. We don't have a team-up, unfortunately. Maybe they'll maybe they'll get one out one of these days for her. Okay, and that just about does it. I think the last thing I might want to talk about is tic-tac-toe. So the order in which you fill out your crosses here. The maximum damage you can get is 7 damage. Like let's say you do a corner here and a corner here, and then anything along this diagonal will fulfill a 3 in a row, so you get 7 damage out of it. Gets you a good burst turn with Energy Channel, gets you a big burst with the bomb. However, a lot of the times you just might need a minion answer. And what's unfortunate is if I do it kind of randomly, then I might leave myself in a position where I can't easily complete a tic-tac-toe in a single move. So I almost always like to start out with 2 in a row or 2 in a line somewhere. So if a minion comes out and I need an answer for it, I will try to pop tic-tac-toe with a single resource instead of having to put 2 resources or 3 resources into it. So something like that might be this like upper right energy and the lower left physical, and then I always have this center mental as an option. In Captain Marvel, you might want to do the upper left and the upper right energies, and then you always have the center energy as an option, just because she's got the most energy you can spend into it. Although in this deck, we don't really have more cards in energy than others. I think the breakdown is something like 13 mentals, 12 energies, 12 strengths, which is kind of misleading on the Marvel CDB cost chart. You got to remember that the cost chart is counting energy absorption, each one of these energies individually. So even though we have a lot of energy resources, in terms of number of cards with an energy resource on them, it's all about even in this deck, which doesn't give us a lot of information for rock, paper, scissors, but that's why we're running 2 mentals. Okay, anything else? I don't think so, so we're going to close this intro out and show you the games, and hope you enjoy it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to our Every Hero, Every Aspect series. We're going to start our Captain Marvel core set run through with the pool aspect. We've got everything shuffled up here, and let's get started. Rock, paper, scissors with Deadpool is a nice turn 1 play. We're not going to need Cut Upper or Cosmic Flight or Crisis Interdiction. Mockingbird is a maybe. Let's draw 3. Okay, let's draw 1 more from our commander action. There we go. Triple resource. So let's go triple into Helicarrier. Helicarrier plays Rock, Paper, Scissors, shows Deadpool, draws a card, and we play Mockingbird. So, triple resource. Helicarrier. Helicarrier, Rock, Paper, Scissors, flip up. Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing Deadpool's wild. The only brick is Spider-Woman. Okay, we get to draw that. And then these 3 will come in for Mockingbird. We'll get a stun on Rhino, and then clear Breakin' and Taken. Turn 1, we got a little bit of build out, and we're going to hold Deadpool because we can guarantee a card draw next turn as well. Okay, well, this is just perfect. We're going to get Quinn Carrier, and we're going to get Agent 13. 1 threat. Stunned. Encounter card is hard to keep down, which is going to surge into his armored Rhino suit. Okay, I'm not worried about it. Self-confidence into Quinn Carrier. Quinn Carrier and Self-Preservation into Agent 13. Let's show Rock, Paper, Scissors, Deadpool. It's going to draw Energy Absorption. We can play Deadpool too. How silly. Okay. Well, Mockingbird will take 1 off the main. We'll put 2 damage onto the suit. We're going to hold on to these 2. I think we're going to save Agent 13's health here. Get down Deadpool, he'll put 2 more onto the suit. Maybe it was better to clear the suit here instead of the threat. Yeah, let's do that. We'll clear the suit with Mockingbird. So Agent 13 has a nice round 2 thwart. Okay, ready. 5 cards, 1 threat on. We have another guaranteed draw from Rock, Paper, Scissors with Spider-Woman. He's attacking. We're going to block with Mockingbird. Okay. And our encounter card, Bomb Scare, 3 threat. We got plenty of threat for Agent 13 now. And Avengers Mansion. Definitely not going to play that mulligan, that's for sure. We'll use Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing Spider-Woman to draw a card. Helicarrier will reduce the next card we cost by 1. The next card we play by 1 cost. Agent 13 will thwart 2. And Shell Ready Helicarrier. It's going to reduce by 1 again. Quinn Carrier for 1. And Cosmic Flight is going to get us Avengers Mansion. We'll draw a card with Avengers Mansion. Professor X is slightly better than Spider-Woman because we can guarantee the draw off Rock, Paper, Scissors with her instead. So let's go ahead and we will attack him for 2, flip, draw a card with Commander. We will use that card on Alpha Flight Station, which will discard Mulligan to draw us 2. And then we'll play Professor X with these 3 cards. Actually, hold the phone. we will get Ragey on Agent 13. She will attack for 2, which readies Helicarrier. And Helicarrier, not my responsibility. And War, we'll play Professor X. Or I guess we could have done Alpha Flight as well. So yeah, instead of Helicarrier, she readied Alpha Flight. We'll discard not my responsibility to draw 2. Okay. Now we've got to play Professor. He'll clear them in, confuse Rhino, and here we go. Oh, did we forget to activate Deadpool? Deadpool clears Bomb Scare. Boom. Okay. 1 threat, confused, and Stampede, Surge. We might have to start adding some of those sinister mods to make ourselves have some more challenge with the core set. Alright, go ahead and use Commander to draw a card. We're about to draw so many cards here. We'll use Avengers Mansion, draw a card. I wish some of these metagames were not hero action, so they worked better with Mulligan. We're going to discard Captain Marvel's Helmet for Alpha Flight Station to draw 2 cards. We're going to thwart with Agent 13 to clear the Crisis, to ready Alpha Flight Station, discarding Mulligan to draw 2 cards. Thick hand over here. Okay, we know we can draw the last one with Spider-Woman and Rock, Paper, Scissors. Where is our hand? There we go. So let's play as much as we can before that. Let's go Blackout. Let's go Tic-Tac-Toe. Let's, I mean, we only need, what, 27 damage? Should we just go face here? Yeah, let's not even worry about this. Let's Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing Spider-Woman, draw the last card. Deck out. Let's use Energy Absorption for Photonic Blast. Gets him down to 6. Draws a card. Oh no. I keep doing this mistake every game. Okay. We're just going to give him 6 this way. Okay. We draw a card. Let's Quinn Carrier and Energy. Photonic Blast again. Get him down to 1. Draw a card. Probably don't even need Spider-Woman here. Probably don't even need to play Blackout. Or Tic-Tac-Toe. Just go into Cut Upper, go into Nick Fury. That's going to be 6, 5, 11. Yeah, let's take these back. Let's... We need to stay ready so we can play Cut Upper after we get stunned. So Deadpool will take him to 16, gets an acceleration, comes in with Tough, and we get stunned. That's okay. Clear our stun. Helicarrier, Blackout, Cosmic Flight, Mulligan for Nick Fury. Guess we gotta draw 3, because we don't have... Yeah. Not a good way to ping the Tough. Nick Fury pings the Tough. Self-preservation, plays Cut Upper. Gets him down to 11. And a stun. Tic-tac-toe could just straight up deal 5. It's not quite there. Yeah, shame. We'll drop these 3 for Professor X. Let's override Deadpool. No, let's override Nick. Gotta confuse. Clear the main, because why not? And just throw tic-tac-toe out there. Okay, 2 threat on. Stun goes away. 2 encounter cards. First one's advance, he's confused. Second one is assault, he's attacking. 4 and a boost into Professor X. I think we stayed at full hit points this entire game. Alright, we got 11 damage somewhere. Deadpool doesn't have any damage on him. Spider-Woman for rock, paper, scissors. Avengers Mansion. This is where it gets funny, because we could pitch our entire hand and then play Mulligan. We just pitch it to tic-tac-toe. Maybe we should. Yes, 2, 4, 7. If we play both Mockingbird and Spider-Woman, we get it without getting fancy, so we may as well. 2 and 2 gets us to 7. Helicarrier, Quincarrier, Crisis Interdiction for Spider-Woman. Gets us a Confuse, she'll attack for 2. We will get Regi on Deadpool. He'll attack for 3. And then we can just override Agent 13 with Mockingbird. So yeah, Agent 13 attacks for 1, Mockingbird attacks for 1. And there we have it. That's Rhino. Okay, let's go ahead and get Klaw set up. Captain Marvel still handling like a top tier hero. That she is. Alright, game 2 of our Captain Marvel pool core box playthrough. Everything shuffled. We're going to discard until we hit a minion for Klaw. Armored Guard, tough. Okay. Let's see what we get to start with. Get Regi with Professor X just clears both side schemes turn 1, doesn't it? Insanity. May as well see with the other 3 cards too. Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll draw another card with Commander. Photonic Blast. Let's flip up. Energy Absorption. Professor X will get that valuable Confuse on Klaw. He'll take out the Acceleration. Bring Klaw back down to 18. Get Regi. Ready him. Take out the Crisis. What a crazy turn 1 already. Cosmic Flight, Rock, Paper, Scissors, and we'll go ahead and show this physical, because we can probably draw energy. One of our bricks. Okay, we'll ping this stuff here. And I don't know if we hold on to Agent 13. Yeah, I don't think we need to. Then we can pitch her. See what our fresh 5 get us. Yeah. Good call there. 1 threat. Defend with Professor X. 2 boost cards. Discard 1 card from our hand, and nothing. Okay, there goes Quincarrier, the best card in our hand. Armored Guard hits us for 1. And our encounter card is Weapons Runner. He's going to surge into Sound Manipulation. Take 2 damage. Klaw heals 2 damage. Alright, down to 9. Well, we're going to go ahead and Cosmic Flight, heal 1, draw 1. Okay. Let's show physical, go for energy. Oh, that would have been a nice draw to get out of this. I think we will go 2. Have we played anything? I don't think we've played anything yet. So we could just mulligan instead of playing stick to ready. So let's go ahead and mulligan our hand. Get a fresh 5. Oh, that was a nice call there. A nice call there for sure. Alright, self-control and energy gets us Avengers Mansion. Avengers Mansion draws. Okay. We will put 2 damage into Weapons Runner. Flip over, draw a card from Commander. Nice. Self-confidence and Crisis Interdiction for Spider-Woman. I was already confused. So in that case, let's just go ahead and throw out Tic-Tac-Toe. I don't think we care about... Yeah, we can hold Spider-Woman. She'll get us a draw from Rock, Paper, Scissors. We can confuse him next turn. We'll get rid of this Crisis Interdiction, though. Okay, 4 threat. 4 cards, 1 threat on the main. He's confused. Armored Guard schemes for 0, and counter card, Tiger Shark. Okay. Let's go ahead and Commander draw. And Avengers Mansion draw. Might even want to heal a couple from Tic-Tac-Toe. Turn those triples back on. Just a free 2 heal is what that is. So I'll flip up. It's probably better to heal with rechannel first. So we'll get rid of healing factor, healing with rechannel, draw. We'll use Spider-Woman for Rock, Paper, Scissors to draw another card. And then let's use Mulligan as a mental for Tic-Tac-Toe. We'll do like this middle right one here. Middle right mental. That's going to heal us back to full. We'll go ahead and use Self-Confidence on Spider-Woman. Confuse Klaw. Okay. Self-Preservation. Can play Photonic Blast. That'll deal 5 to Tiger Shark. And draw us a card. And then the rest of these cards, do we just go for Fury? Draw Helicarrier, I think. Now what does Fury do here? 3 cards, what do we get? Maybe Alpha Flight? Yeah, we'll draw 3. There's Alpha Flight. Mulligan, Alpha Flight, hold the energy absorption. Okay. Captain Marvel takes out the shark. Spider-Woman clears the main. Nick Fury puts 2 on the card. Pretty good setup. We are decking. Sad to see both of those allies miss the shuffle. 1 threat, being attacked with the double boost. Okay, no more shadows. Sonic Boom deals damage to us. This activation deals damage to you. Exhaust your hero. Nick Fury is not you. Armored Guard hits us for 1, and then 2 encounter cards. Another Armored Guard. Annoying. And then advance. He's confused. Okay. Well, go ahead and ping this stuff. And then let's use Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing physical. Okay, we got energy there. Avengers Mansion, draw 1. And we can spend Crisis Interdiction to heal 1 and draw 1. Okay. Is this a mulligan hand? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and energy absorption, Photonic Blast, clear this card, draw 1 card. No confuse means Agent 13 is not as good here. Let's go ahead and discard Agent 13 for Alpha Flight. Draw one card. There we go, for a triple. Triple into Mockingbird, gets us a stun. Mockingbird takes out the Armor Guard. Let's go ahead and spend Cut Upper as a physical on Tic-Tac-Toe. That's going to heal Spider-Woman by 1. She can go ahead and ping 2 into Klaw. And then Mulligan plays War. And we just play Blackout. Getting a pretty nice setup here. 5 cards, 1 threat, stunned, and Claw's Vengeance. He attacks us. If it deals damage, place 1 threat on the main. Okay? We will block with Spider-Woman. Deal 1 damage to each hero. Okay, so we take a damage, and we place 1 threat on the main. But we got a wide open board to do whatever the heck we want. Well, first let's rechannel. Heal 1, draw 1. Deadpool. Deadpool for Rock, Paper, Scissors, draws another. Avengers Mansion, draws another. Okay. Well, let's just go damage. Self-preservation, Photonic Blast. Gets him down to 11, draws a card. We'll have the bomb and energy, play Deadpool. He'll attack for 2. We'll use Get Ragey, he attacks for 3 more. So 6. Mockingbird and Captain Marvel. We'll combine for 3. We'll drop an energy channel and we'll spend the helmet on Blackouts. Remove 1 threat. Okay. 1 threat, he's attacking, we block with Mockingbird, 2 boost cards, nothing, encounter card, Weapons Runner, it's going to Surge, Sound Manipulation, we take 2, he heals 2. Okay. 10 cards left. Let's show physical with Helicarrier, go for that energy, you got it? Oops, not Mockingbird. Okay. We'll spend the energy on rechannel. Draw a card. Okay. We used Rock, Paper, Scissors already. Avengers Mansion, we can draw a card. Alright. Let's use Crisis Interdiction on this upper left energy to heal us back to full. Self-Confidence to play Quincarrier. Self-Control to play Helicarrier. And then both of them to play Stick-to-Itiveness. And we may as well use Healing Factor to put our first charge onto Energy Channel. Take out the Weapons Runner. And Deadpool can go ahead and clear 2 threat. Getting his 3rd adds an acceleration. Just gets us, goes up to 3 instead of 4. Okay, 5 cards, goes up to 3, he's attacking. We'll take the attack. 2 boost cards. 1, 2, 3, damage. And the encounter card is Retaliate. Spend 1 of each, get rid of. Okay. Well, we can do that in Mulligan, I think. So let's use Quincarrier. Let's use Energy Channel And let's use Photonic Blast to get rid of that. And then Helicarrier and these two for mulligan. Gets us a fresh 5. Okay, encounter card. No wilds. We'll draw Avengers Mansion. We can spend mulligan on this left mental. Heal us for 1. Do we have an energy? We do. Cosmic Flight heals us for another 1. Draws a card from Rechannel. Okay. We'll use Crisis Interdiction on this middle upper energy. Heal us to full. We'll go ahead and self-control into Professor. He'll clear them in. Rock, paper, scissors showing physical. We've got a good chance of hitting Spider-Woman, unfortunately. No, we get a triple. So I guess we'll just Photonic Blast into Klaw. Advances him. Where'd that tough card go? Does draw us a card. Another Photonic Blast. Well, that's another stick target at least. Go here, here, so that's a tough, and then 2 more damage. Deadpool will make it another 2. And then the bomb. Yeah, I guess let's do war. We'll take 0 damage, and Klaw will take 2 damage. And then we will the bomb to heal Deadpool. And maybe we'll just hold the bomb and win next turn. Okay, we'll do it in style. 1, 2. He's attacking Professor X. Exhaust each ally we control. So Deadpool is exhausted, Professor X. We already exhausted him to defend. Discard cards until we get a Masters of Evil minion. Not sure if we have any left. So this just might be a deck out. Yep. Second acceleration. Sonic Boom. Either spend 1 of each or exhaust each character. Why? We already have 1 exhausted, so we gotta spend 1 of each. We'll spend the bomb. Spend Queen Carrier. Spend Crisis Interdiction. And we still have mulligan free, which is nice. So, Helicarrier and these 2 for mulligan gets us a fresh 5. Okay. Not terribly helpful. Use Avengers Mansion. Spider-Woman. Rock, paper, scissors. Here we go. Turning 3 cards into 7 cards. That's what Captain Marvel does. Unfortunately, no bomb. We can drop Self-Preservation and Cosmic Flight. Max out Energy Channel. Let's use War. We're going to take 1 damage. And Klaw will take 0 damage. Oof, unfortunate. Alright, we'll pop Energy Channel for 10. Get him down to 6. Get Ragey Deadpool. Those 3. And then Captain Marvel does 2. And we can always stick-to-itiveness with Spider-Woman. Or actually, we could even just finish off Tic-Tac-Toe. A lot of different ways we could end it there. So, core set going smooth so far. We'll tackle Ultron next. Alright, game 3 of our core set run through here. And we're gonna, oops, we are not supposed to draw that yet. We are supposed to get an Ultron drone. Now we can draw. Alright, We're definitely not playing the bomb turn 1, nor Photonic Blast. Not mulligan either. The rest of these look pretty good though. Okay, we'll draw a card with Commander. And let's Crisis Interdiction and Self-Confidence into Nick Fury for 3 cards. Okay. Helicarrier into Alpha Flight Station. Discard Crisis Interdiction to draw 2. Okay, that's good. I did want to see a double or a triple so we can get out Avengers Mansion to draw another card. I mean, Captain Marvel just has the craziest openings. Go ahead and take out Cosmic Flights here. Before we play Get Ragey, we will get down Rock, Paper, Scissors. We'll show Get Ragey and see what we get. Another Crisis Interdiction. Get Ragey on Nick, so he's doing 3. We're doing 2. And we've actually just set a ton of stuff up turn 1. Captain Marvel, still top 10 hero. Okay. Ultron is giving us a drone. He's going to attack into Nick. No boosts. Our drone hits us for 1. And our encounter card is Drone Factory. Okay, so we get another drone, and then it gets an additional threat for each drone. Up to 6. Okay. Let's black out. Heal 1, draw 1. Not what we wanted. Avengers Mansion can draw another. Oh, wait. We just drew way too much here. I think we're up to healing factor. Yeah. Oops. So this is where we should be. And then we can use Rock, Paper, Scissors on physical to show us energy. Nope. It's a shame. We'll do energy absorption. Quinn Carrier. We may as well cycle a card with Alpha Flight. Let's go ahead and cycle Healing Factor. Discard 1, draw 1. Not super helpful. Mockingbird, Will Stun. Get these. Quinn Carrier. Channel. Photonic Blast. We'll throw out Tic-Tac-Toe. And let's just clear the drones. No, we can't. We have to clear the man and a drone. Oof, that was a good drone. Okay, 5 cards, 2 threat on the main. Ultron is stunned. Drone hits us for 1, and then the encounter card is Advanced Ultron Drone card. Professor X, very nice here. Let's see, Quinn Carrier for rechannel. Heals us to full. Draws a card. Okay. Let's go ahead and Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Where's our Spider-Woman? She might be a drone. Let's Photonic Blast into Advanced Ultron Drone. That gets a drone. We draw a card. Okay. Something's telling me that Spider-Woman is a drone. Let's take out that one. Clear 2 off the main. Professor X will take 3 off the side scheme. Let's go ahead and show physical with this. Oh, so unfortunate. And then I think we will cut upper with our remaining 3. Yeah, cut upper is going to deal 5 and a stun, and the drones don't prevent us from targeting him just yet. Okay, draw a card. So Spider-Woman is a drone. 2 on the man, we have an extra encounter card here. He's stunned, drone hits us for 1, 2 encounter cards. First one, Ultron's Imperative. 2 more drones. Something that Captain Marvel is not great at dealing with. Let's go to our free flip to Alter Ego. Is the stun gonna kill us here? It's probably not too bad, actually. Yeah, I think we'll take the stun instead of the exhaustion. Discard it. Okay, Professor X is gone. We'll discard Cosmic Flights. Let's discard Energy Channel. Draw 2. We'll draw 1 with Commander. We'll draw 1 with Avengers Mansion. Okay. Well, we could get down Agent 13, keep drawing with Alpha Flight. Probably better than Cosmic Flight Crisis Interdiction here. So we'll do that. Energy Channel, Helmet, Agent 13. She'll ping a drone. There's Spider-Woman. Both are confused as missing the shuffle. We will Alpha Flight, discarding Crisis Interdiction to draw 2. We wanted her to thwart, right? Not ping a drone. It's too late. Flip up. We'll use Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing Deadpool to draw War. Spend Cosmic Flights. Heal 1, draw 1. Let's get rid of this hazard. Mockingbird. Take 1 off Drone Factory. Quinn Carrier. Healing Factor. Psionic Blast for Deadpool. Clears the main. Self-Confidence for Helicarrier to get out War. I'll actually be able to ping a drone with War here. Let's go ahead and take some damage. We take 1, and then 0. Wow. Well, we knew it was a risk. Photonic Blasts will go tic-tac-toe to heal us. Oops. Do that bottom left corner physical. Okay. Not great. Still a lot of drones out. Still stunned. Okay. 2 threat on the man. He is attacking. He gets a drone. So the attack is coming through for 5 and a boost. I feel like we gotta jump it to Deadpool. Oops. Okay. Deadpool is Gonzo. 3 drones hit us for 1, and our encounter card is another drone. We cannot escape them, nor our stun. I think this is a good mulligan turn. We'll clear the stun. Do we just pop tic-tac-toe for a drone here? I mean, honestly, we might. We'll do mental, middle left, physical, bottom middle, and then energy, upper left, and ping a drone. That heals us for 3. Okay. And then we can use Helicarrier, Quinn Carrier. Let's use Quinn Carrier to heal us 1 first. And draw a card. And then we can use Helicarrier Mulligan, Photonic Blast on Mulligan. Gets us a fresh 5. So full health, even if we're getting swarmed by drones. We can have Agent 13 clear the main, ready Helicarrier. Avengers Mansion to draw 1. Okay. Should be getting close to that part where we know what the last card is. Let's mulligan and energy absorption for Nick. He could take out 2 drones. Yeah, I think we should do that. Nick takes out 2 drones, 1 with his basic, 1 with his response. We can go ahead and play Blackout. Is Helicarrier gonna get wasted here? Maybe. Let's show Mental on Rock, Paper, Scissors. Nope. We could take out the last drone with energy and flip down. Let's do that. Energy channel. Use energy to load it, pop the drone, get that back in the deck, flip down. We'll draw the last card. Decks us out. Yeah, we'll hold on to it. Okay. 2 threat on. Ultron's confused. 2 encounter cards. First is Caught Off Guard. I think we'll lose Blackout. And second is Upgraded Drones. Okay. So, start with our Alter Ego draw. And then Mansion draw. Nick should be gone here. Okay. We need to get Tic-Tac-Toe back so we can start healing Agent 13. Let's flip up. No, Alpha Flight Station is too good. Let's pitch Mulligan, Alpha Flight Station, draw 2. Okay. We got our wild for Rock, Paper, Scissors. Clear the main with Agent 13. She'll ready Alpha Flight. Discard Helmet. Draw 2. Now we can flip up. We've done it all. Deadpool. We don't have to discard him. We just have to show him. Draw a card. It's Mockingbird. Okay. Let's get rid of that drones. Quinn Carrier. Energy channel. And the bomb. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. Let's use War. It's going to deal us 1 damage. We'll deal Ultron 3 damage. Spend a wild to heal 1 and draw 1. Okay. Self-confidence into Mockingbird. Get the stun going. She'll ping for 1. May as well energy into Stick-to-itiveness. Helicarrier. Photonic Blast. Crisis Interdiction into this Photonic Blast. Actually, let's roll that back. We have our triple energy. We can do Self-Preservation into Photonic Blast. Get him down to 3. Draw a card. Get Tic-Tac-Toe back. Get Energy Channel back. And we can use Photonic Blast to ready us with Stick. Attack for 2. Crisis Interdiction can go into Tic-Tac-Toe to heal Agent 13. I think we are sitting pretty here. 5 cards, 1 threat. Stunned. Encounter card is Ultron Drone. That's going to slow us down. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors with Spider-Woman. Draws a card. Let's have War target the advanced Ultron Drone. We take 1 damage. He takes 3 damage. We can use Mockingbird to take him out. Gets a drone. Okay. We'll spend Cosmic Flight to heal 1 and draw 1. With our alter ego ability, or sorry, our hero ability. Well, get ragey. Get ragey with Professor X lets us clear the side scheme that Ultron 3 pulls out. I think we're going to want that. Yes. Okay. Let's have Captain Marvel ping this drone. Let's have Agent 13 ping Ultron. He gets his imperative. First player puts the top 2 cards, engage with them as drone minions. Cool, cool, cool. We'll have self-control, play Professor X, get a confuse. He'll clear the side scheme. We'll use, I guess we can use Get Ragey on Mockingbird. She'll clear a drone. She has 2 attack now, it has 2 hit points. Okay, so far so good. And we can do Helicarrier, Quinn Carrier. Actually, we should draw a card with Avengers Mansion first, see what we're working with. Yeah. Okay, this, and this for Cut-Upper. Oh, you know what? We have to clear the drone first. That's annoying. So let's use Alpha Flight to Alpha Flight. Discard 1, draw 1. Let's go for physical. Nope. Okay, Quinn Carrier's got to ready us so we can take this drone out. And then we can use Helicarrier, Healing Factor, Crisis Interdiction on Cut-Upper for 5, and a stun. Let's flip down, draw a card. It's mental. Oh, may as well hold it. Just in case he draws advance. Okay. He's got 2 chances to draw advance. We've got Professor X who can tank some damage with not my responsibility. So 1 threat on, remove the confuse, 2 encounter cards. Rage of Ultron. He schemes. Discard the top card of your deck for each threat placed this way. Well, guess what? He's going to scheme for 2. 3. We're going to put all of that damage into Professor X with not my responsibility. No threat gets placed, so we do not discard anything from our deck. And then advance. So he's completing the scheme anyways. So 2 and 1. That's going to pop this. He gets a drone. Okay. We have 22 damage. Not seeing it. Maybe 15. Let's draw a card with Commander. Let's draw a card with Avengers Mansion. It's unfortunate that we're going to lose Agent 13. But we'll do Alpha Flight Station, discarding Mulligan to draw 2. Oof, and get Ragey too. I guess we can use her on Helicarrier. So let's flip up. we will spend a physical bottom left corner of Tic-Tac-Toe to heal Agent 13, and we'll, oh, it's not 3 in a row, so we're not going to pop Tic-Tac-Toe. We have this bottom, oops, bottom right, upper right. We show Spider-Woman with rock, paper, scissors, gets us a card. Quinn Carrier can heal 1 from Agent 13. We pop Tic-Tac-Toe to kill the minion. Okay, 22 damage. Let's see it. Helicarrier, Self-Confidence, Nick Fury. Draw 3. Probably could have just done the damage option there as well. Oh, I think we've got it plenty here. Can do 1. Ready this Helicarrier. Energy Absorption, Photonic Blast. Gets us to 16, draws a card. Energy Absorption, Photonic Blast. Gets us to 11. Draws a card. Okay. And then we can just pitch Cosmic Flight, Spider-Woman, Daredevil, Crisis Interdiction into Energy Channel for 8, gets him to 3, and then Captain Marvel and Nick Fury takes him out. There's all sorts of other different ways we could have done it as well, even with War. What would our top card been? Yeah, another 2. Alright, well that was our core box run through with Captain Marvel. Still very strong, cool aspect, very good for her. And yeah, just really, really solid all around. Okay, hope to see you on the next one.